Everyone thinks we're dating.
I know.
Hi, I'm Violet.
And I'm Gottmik.
And you're watching another amazing episode of
No Gorge. No Gorge.
I love your shirt.
Me too. Thank you.
I love Boy George.
Me too. I'm like the biggest Boy George fan ever. Like one time I made a Spirit Week. I was the president of my school and I made it 80s theme just so I could listen to Boy George on the loudspeaker.
What song?
I'm a Chameleon was my fave, obvi. We performed at the Grammys this past year.
Like months ago.
Yes.
February?
Yeah, but we performed with Sam Smith and Petras for the Unholy performance. And then after, there was like a really gorgeous after party.
I was having
we were like
so much
hitting
fun.
the after parties.
I think I was like on a high.
The high was major. We were like, let's go again. Remember we got on stage?
I know. We went to like major parties and I have a problem where I like brown out.
Yeah, she calls it browning out.
It's not like full blackout. Like there's like big chunks of time missing. And like there's stuff that you're like, remember that? And I'm like, nope. But I was partying. I was celebrating. We were also drinking all day, I think.
Yeah.
We were going off.
Yeah, and you like just flew in that day too.
I flown in that day from Chile.
Yeah.
No, from Costa Rica. Oh my God. Went straight from the airport to the Staples Center.
Yeah.
Got in drag. Made the red carpet.
No, I was doing the fucking rehearsal and they're like, where's Violet? And I was like, coming, right around the corner. Full in Chile. Like
our manager at the time was like, she has a prior commitment out of the state. And they were like, okay, yeah, no worries, whatever. Like, just be there. And it was absolutely fine. Like, I showed up on time, got ready, did the damn thing, and like, it was fine.
Yeah.
We killed it. We went out.
Yeah, we went out to some after party though, and like, Boy George was fucking there. And I'm like the biggest Boy George fan, so I'm like, there's just no way Boy George is just like dancing right in front of me right now.
It was very casual.
And then, so I'm like in it. So I'm like, I'm gonna go grind on him. So I'm like grinding on Boy George, and we are having like the best night ever. We danced all night. Violet comes in, and we're all like, all three of us, and then Boy George had a friend, and we were all four of us, and it was so cute. And then
don't remember
we
that.
like go. You don't remember?
I remember at the end leaving the party and talking to Boy George on a sidewalk.
Yeah, we like left, and he was like waiting for a car, and so we all like hung out.
For a sec. I remember that part.
But we were hung out because we were all like on the dance floor, like grinding, getting down and dirty with Boy George.
I remember that at the time.
And like Diplo was DJing or something. It was crazy.
There's a video of me behind the DJ booth with Diplo, and I'm like. I think Beyonce's playing, and I'm just like living. And he posted it to his Instagram, and I'm like, what? When was I doing that?
I just thought it was like
I don't remember
Boy George impersonator, though. I was like, there's just no way.
He was so sweet.
Yeah, no.
From what I remember.
Yeah, so, hi, Boy George, I love you.
We should have him on here.
Oh my God, yeah.
He'd be an amazing guy.
I would die. Him. He follows me on Twitter. I'll DM him on Twitter.
I love him. What else has happened since we've been
literally
gone?
Everything.
I know everything. We walked a fashion show together for Vogue, and
we walked
two.
Oh
yeah, we did Boss. Oh my God.
Boss is crazy.
That was crazy. That was so crazy.
It was like America's Next Top Model Challenge.
Oh my God. They we did it in Miami, and there were these like giant waterfall
water features.
And they were like gushing water, and it spelled Boss out.
It was so cool.
It was like gorgeous.
Like budget, honey.
Walking, and there's like all this water. We're like by the beach, and it's like amazing. And then we're like walking, and we're like towards the middle, I think.
Yeah.
And we're seeing all the models come back drenched. Like completely sopping wet, and they're like, "Oh my God, you have to be careful. Like don't slip."
No, and one model was like, this, like I'm almost like freaking out. Like everyone was freaking out, and they're all just like walk shows every day. They're like professional models.
It was literally like America's Next Top Model Challenge.
Yes.
It was crazy.
And then it would literally, you would walk and you'd like be gorge, and then it was like SeaWorld Shamu would splash you, and I'd be like a little bit like falling to the side, and I'd be like, what the f?
We both had human hair on, and when I'm walking, I want a bounce. I want my hair to be like,
not happening here.
No, there's none of that. It was like
Heavy.
frizzy and wet, and like it was like a job. I was like, whoa, modeling is hard.
I know, that was crazy.
And then Naomi Campbell was in it.
It was gorgeous. That one meme that's like really viral right now of DJ Khaled where he's like walking.
Oh,
that's
God.
from that show.
Oh, yes. DJ Khaled was walking. Pamela Anderson.
Pamela opened it.
Well, didn't we see him at Beyonce? Was that him?
Yes. He was
Oh my
insane.
God. You
Girl,
guys. He
it
said
was like-
the craziest stuff on the microphone.
He was also like the hit clips of DJ. Do you remember hit clips?
Babe, I had a hit clip.
Yeah, me too.
Shania Twain.
And he would play like 15
Okay,
seconds.
he has like a bunch of hits, right? I didn't really know how many hits he had. Great.
He would play like 10 seconds of his song, and then he'd be like,
Yo, yo, yo! And then
Yeah.
another one would start.
and we're like, what?
But anyways, he was at Beyonce. We went to go see Beyonce in LA in the like Club Renaissance area, which I have to talk about this. we just went to go see Rob Zombie as well in the like pit, which is like the most expensive seats. Like we're like, oh, if we're gonna go, like I want to be in the best spot, the best area, whatever. Like let's splurge and get the nice tickets. Beyonce couldn't sit down anywhere. The bar closed early, and then I left to go to the bathroom. They would not let me back in because
Really?
like I think it's like a safety thing. And
I
then
was
Rob
wondering
Zombie,
where you went. for
they
so
wouldn't let
much
me
of it.
in. She was doing the song that I fucking love, Partition. She was playing Partition. I was watching it from the fucking like side. And then in Rob Zombie, they wouldn't let us bring our drinks into the pit either.
Yeah, something about the pit. Well, I think people get rowdy.
No, it's because people are like throwing shit at celebrities, and so now they're like regulating what can and cannot go where, which is like it makes sense, but it's also like, babe, we just paid like a crazy amount of money to have this experience, and you're not letting us have drinks. We can't go in certain times. We can't sit. There's no, but like it's just like,
Throwing
is
people
this
is
the best
crazy.
area to be in? I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Did you see the video of like someone throwing a cell phone at BB Rexa?
Yes, I like love BB Rexa too.
Me too.
She's so
No,
talented.
she's the best.
And she's so
an angel of
sweet.
life and
I know.
hilarious.
And, like,
I
gorgeous.
could not believe.
No, it's actually getting out of pocket.
Don't throw stuff at people you
No, but
paid
you
to
can't
watch.
even at Beyonce. I was like, oh, let me get a water bottle, and they were like, we can't give you that. And I was like, why? And they were like,
I was wondering.
I was like, why? Like I did not get it. And they're like, oh, you think I'm gonna throw a water bottle at Beyonce? That's literally, isn't that insane?
Well, because people probably would. Don't do that.
I also
Please
got
do it.
hyphy at f***ing Rob Zombie with that guy.
Hyphy? What is that?
It's like, it's like Buck.
Really?
Yes, you didn't see
Like
me?
negatively? Wait, I'm just asking for the definition.
I don't really know what the definition of hyphy is, but I just used it in that way. So we're at Rob Zombie. You and our friend Hunter are going and buying t-shirts. I'm like, okay, cool. You guys go in the t-shirt line. I'll go in the cocktail line, and I'll get us 3 cocktails. So I'm standing in line. I finally get up to the front. I order the 3 cocktails. I'm talking with the bartender, and she's just like older and cute and like talk like, what? How does it look in there? And just like talking about the concert and like just being sweet. And she hasn't even rung up the cocktails on the like point of sale screen yet. There's nothing to do yet. Like she's still making the cocktails. And then you guys come and join me. And I guess when you guys came and joined me, he like starts freaking out in his brain like, I'm trying to get my fucking
Oh, like we were cutting.
like we were cutting, like you were cutting the line and like ordering more drinks. And so he like jabs me in the shoulder and is like, pay for your fucking drink. I'm trying to get my beer. And I was like, what? Pay for what? And I go look at the point of sale and she hasn't even rung anything up yet. So I'm like, what do you want me to do? Like, there's nothing to pay for
Touching people's
yet.
crazy. Yeah.
Like, touched me like that. I was like, pay me your drink. I'm trying to get my fucking beer. And he was like, probably up to here on me.
yeah, no, he was
Like a
yeah.
shorter man, drunk. Remind me of like my dad's kind of like old man friend. Like very old. That was an old man show. Let's just say that.
Yeah, of course.
And then she gets the drinks, I pay, and I'm like, he's still like murmuring back there about something. I'm like, I was always gonna order 3 drinks, and she hasn't even rung it up yet. What's your f***ing problem? He's like, F you, I'm trying to get my beer.
Yeah, and that's when I got there and I was like, wait, is this guy serious?
He was serious,
Like,
and I was
so
like,
confused.
It was crazy. And he's like, F you. I'm like, no, F you. I was already like
Yeah.
getting
masculine.
crazy, and when I get angry, my voice
Definitely drops a few
Oh
octaves.
my god, I have to like look around to see who's talking.
talk shit, get hit.
Yeah.
I would have literally, you probably could have gone behind him and gotten on all fours like this, and I probably could have like pushed him over. We need to
tag
like
team someone
we need
like
to
that.
have that plan in action. If something like that happens again, Mick, if something like happens again, you need to literally go behind them and get on all fours, and I'll literally just like,
All right.
and they'll fall over.
All right.
So, do you have any date boys you're like talking to right now, or like what's up with that? You're like a celibate diva.
I asked this guy on a date.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How did that go?
I don't want to. He watches.
No, he definitely does watch because we talked about him before.
No, actually, I haven't even told you all of it. whatever, I'll just say it.
Say it.
So literally, like, I got home from Canada and I've just been like so sad and like annoyed. I've been working really hard to not be sad anymore. So I was like, when I got home, I was like, I'm not gonna fall back into like, because usually when I get back, I'm like in bed.
Depression mode for
like 3 days. And I was like, that's not happening anymore.
That just ended today for me.
And I was like, this can't happen anymore. Like, I have to break the cycle of me doing that.
So you reached out to someone.
I started going to yoga, like just all of it. And so, yeah, so I reached out to this guy who I've hooked up with in the past and I've actually talked about on the podcast.
It was the one you shit on.
Yeah, allegedly.
So he's definitely gonna watch this. I think he's so hot.
He's so fucking hot.
He's
and
so hot. And he's a sweetheart.
He's so nice. Literally me down. And then he wants me to him too. And I'm in like a little top era. Me and my therapist.
Okay. Have you topped anyone yet in this era?
In life? Oh, in right now, this new era. This new era? No, it just started. Like my therapist told me.
It started 3 weeks ago.
It was like a.
You can't call it a top era before you've done it.
My therapist just told me that he's like, I don't think you like bottoming, and I was like, you know what? I don't.
I don't know what your therapist heard, but from what I've heard, you do. From what I've heard, you definitely do. But I don't know what's going on in that therapy session. But okay, work.
Sometimes I just don't.
Right.
Anyway. Right. And so I literally just messaged him and I was like, hey, do you want to like go out?
Dating is so weird.
And like on a date or whatever. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, I'm going to pick you up.
So it was like a formal date.
Yeah, like I picked him up driving my car.
Whipping it.
And I like picked him up and we went and I had like made reservations.
See.
And like we sat down and we like talked.
But do you not think dating is like awkward sometimes?
Well, I was like, he would like mention little things about like dates and stuff, and I would like trigger me into that we were on a date, and I was like, oh god, am I like sitting like I'm like kill like oh my god. But then we were driving home, and then we like get in his driveway, and then we just like made out, and then he went in his house. And I was like, and then he posted on Instagram today.
Something cryptic? Was it about you think?
Well, it was in his close friends. I don't know if I was in it before.
Oh, he added you to the close friends.
I don't know.
Gay first base.
So basically this guy posted on his close friends that he was like, isn't like people right now, but I don't think I was in his close friends before.
I'm not into the whole, if I'm with a guy and he's like, oh, like the guy that broke my heart, whatever the f- you want to call it. There was like months that he was like, oh, I just like don't have a sex drive right now, babe. And I was like, it's okay, don't worry. I'm okay. No, that's not okay.
Right.
Like, bitch, if you're not getting hard for me, like, I'm going to assume you think I'm ugly. And I was right.
And I'm the wrong person for it because I will inject you with testosterone. I have it on hand at all times. I'll get your sex drive right together.
Like, if we have not had sex after...
This one's odd to me, though, because we did have sex.
Right.
But is that like a normal dating thing, or is you kind of like...
I don't know. I'm really not the person to talk to.
I always make fun of myself because it's like, imagine like hooking up with me.
I love
like,
this.
Imagine hooking up with me, right? So it's like you're like a gay guy, and like a lot of times it's like, oh, I've never hooked up with a trans guy before.
So you're like out and about at the club, and you're like, oh, there's Gottmik. He's a hot trans guy. Like,
right.
Ooh,
And it's like a lot of times it's like first time, like, I don't know, probably like a little nervous. Like, I don't know. And then you like come over and I'm like, don't mind my wigs. That's just for when I'm dressing up like a girl. Like, it's so weird.
Oh, let me just move this dress.
Yes, like I'm like my drag has to be so far away from my life. Because
remember when I
don't want to think about it. And second of all, if I'm hooking up with someone, they cannot see that
well,
I
but
ever dress up like a woman.
Even for a cis gay boy.
And if I do, you know, my ass is like, my roommate's crazy.
I love blaming it on the roommate.
Oh, blame it.
My roommate put her dress here. That's
like,
so
right
weird.
This way, babe. And he's like, what's this heel? I'm like, oh, sorry, my roommate's crazy.
But even as a cis gay boy, like the toxic masculinity in the gay community, like being a drag queen is like not desirable for other gay dudes. Like it's very rare. It's not even desirable for me. Other drag queens, like I'm not into that. Like no. Like I'm part of the problem. I'll admit it. So even for me being a cis gay dude, I'm like, I don't want a guy to come over and be like, love your like
I have a
Swarovski bustier. Like unless you're like into that. I've gotten in drag before.
Oh, we've talked about it on the pod with your cherry glitter lip. I've had one guy come over and like we had sex or whatever, and it's like pretty organized, separate in my room, like in my house. Like there's one episode
bobby pins.
I put bobby pins on the boy side.
And it was game over for you bitches.
But he like went to pee or something, and he was like, there's a rhinestone on my ass, and I was like, it was like a 70s like horror movie, like like, and I'm like the girl like in a bob, like, oh my god.
Why is she wearing a bob?
I don't know, I just saw it in my head.
I feel like lately the guys that I've been attracting have been the wrong guys.
Don't even get me started.
I know.
I am a psycho behind her, like,
oh my god,
fight.
to the point where it's uncomfortable. I'm like, you are making this really awkward, and I'm also like not an idiot. You think I'm an idiot?
With guys.
No, I get feminine and girly and flirtatious. That doesn't mean I'm stupid.
Honey, this guy could say, I'm using you down, and you'd be like, and
I
he's
think it was
hot and gives you attention.
I would
you'd be
think it
like,
would be hot, but I'd be like, okay, taking note of that.
I don't know.
I wouldn't be like,
Me.
okay, let's get married. I'd be like, okay, well, f me in the bathroom, and like, got like noted. I'm a big girl though. I can take care of myself.
No, Violet got her little heart broken, and I was so sad. And I
Well, I
really,
realized in hindsight he was a f***ing idiot.
it made me like so sad. And I
Oh
it
my
did.
God.
And now I'm like not. I
You
was
were
like,
literally. I was like crying my eyes out, and you were like, okay,
I was,
girly.
Well, you're not. I was holding you and being so sad.
I mean, I don't even know if there is a right. I don't even know if men should be.
Allowed.
I don't think it's a thing
Yeah.
for me. Like, I don't think it's not a thing. I don't need it. The other thing is that apps don't work. I've been on the f***ing dating apps since they were in existence.
People really do find the loves of their lives. Like Monet, he's dating that guy.
Maybe it's
He's
me.
so hot
Maybe
and
I'm the problem.
He's like so hot and nice and fun and like helps her and like and Hinge. Hinge is crazy.
Is that the one where they ask you the question?
And
You're
the
like,
girl like lip syncs on
that's
TikTok to them.
funny as fuck.
Okay, so I can do like that sound that guy makes in Down with the Sickness, but I gotta be like really quiet because my roommates are sleeping. Okay. Oh. All right, thank you.
Everyone thinks we're dating.
I know. We're married. I think
There's a difference.
Yeah, we're not dating. We're
This
married.
is for tax reasons.
No.
We're what? What are we? Tell me.
Like some sort of like weird.
I think it's called best
soul
friends.
Cosmic friend thing though.
Cosmic
Soulmates can be
friends.
friends.
What is
can
it
be
called?
soulmates.
What is it called when you have your twin flame?
Yeah,
Are we twin flames?
I think so. It's
No,
just like
I
no,
don't.
I do.
I don't.
Why?
We're not that.
We just like can't like I don't know.
What is twin flame? First of all, I'm a Gemini. I'm already a twin. There's already two of me. If that was the case, when I first met you, we would have hit it off instantly. It took years.
You don't hit it off instantly
you
with
to
anyone.
Oh, I do.
Oh.
That's where you're wrong.
All
See,
right.
but you hit it off instantly with everyone. That's the difference. Because you're a social climber.
Oh.
And you've social climbed me. Look at it.
Oh my god.
You got me, gal.
Yeah, you
Did my
got this all
makeup.
for me, girl.
Did a video. And here we are.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I definitely don't. The boyfriend thing is so not my vibe. Or like dating like that. I'm just like sexy friends. I just want like a bunch of sexy friends. Just sexy friends.
I like love hooking up with my friends. I think it's fun.
I know.
I don't know. I'm just like a sexual person. Oh my god, shut up.
Am I the first person to deny you?
You barely denied me.
Mick, you literally tried to kiss me and I was like, get off of me.
No, we were making out all night with another little angel that you
No,
don't.
we
weren't.
weren't.
And then I was on top of you making out when we were alone on after.
What?
Yeah, honey.
You are this mirage. There's a fucking wishful thinking
No,
over there.
it
my
might be a
love.
little brown out then because I
brown
was on
out
top.
for sure. There's no way. I was definitely like, okay,
No.
sissy.
Hell no.
I had a threesome in Ibiza.
You did.
It was fierce. And like we were saying earlier, it was a lot of energy.
Both of our Ibiza sex moments were weird. I was very jealous of your little hookup.
Well, I'm going to be honest. I had a threesome with these guys. They were Germans. In the face, I'm going to say on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to say 7 and 7.5. They're both about the same. Dicks, 10. Vibes, 9. But the faces, not the cutest. But it was fun.
But you got turned out.
Amazing. And I was like,
Violet,
I was walking weird.
You like texted me and you were like, come like knock on the door or whatever.
Because they wanted to keep going. These guys, like, they were like, oh, I can come 6 times. And I was like, okay, well, la-di-da. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm done.
And then I like opened the door and I like heard you kind of already wrapping it up. And I was like, oh, she has it. Like, whatever. So I'm fine. So I like closed the door. And then I heard his
they kept
flip-flops down the hallway.
Flip-flops.
And I texted him. I go, he did not wear flip-flops to the hookup. Like
Well,
calling you out.
In the message, I remember just being like, they were like being really sweet in the messages, like, hey, should we like video chat for a minute just to make sure like we're both into it, like no worries. And I was like, okay, we'll just like send a video on Instagram. And they sent a video, or on Instagram, on Grindr, It's like, hey, this is us. Like, this is what we look like. Da, 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 da. And they were like really worried that I was gonna like, I guess, turn them away. They said something like, oh, the hotel you're staying at is like really nice, and like make sure you're interested before we walk over there. And I was like, that's weird. Like, are you guys like catfishes? Which is like actually really polite. Like really polite of them to be like,
yeah, I guess so.
Let's like, I love that. I love like, let me send you a video. Let me make sure you're into this. Like, and I sent one back, and like just very open communication, like, which is hot.
It's really like the Mean Gays video. So when were those pictures taken? A lot can happen in a week.
A lot can happen in a week.
Wow, a lot has happened in a week.
Yeah.
That video is so f***ing funny. I want to have them on the pod.
Oh my
Mean
God. I
Gays.
told them the second you're in LA, honey, come on.
So I told them, I was like, I think you guys are fine. Like, just dress simple and come over. And like, worst case, like whatever. They come over, not dress simple.
Philip Plein and flip-flops.
Not dress simple. Like full, like gnarly outfits, flip flops. And at first I was like, oh, I don't know. But then we got into it and it was fine. I took the flip flops off. Flip flops to a hookup.
Imagine
is crazy.
like they were fucking you with flip flops.
It was great. I needed it. I deserved it.
You
and
did.
I was like,
and
couldn't. I was like
turned it.
sore.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm not sore the next day, I did not turn it. I always think about that. If I'm not sore, I'm like, wasted my life.
No, well,
Wasted
I
my
hate
life.
going to a hookup and then being like, I could have just jerked off. That was such a waste
Right,
of time.
like, and better.
Ugh.
It's like better in my brain.
I know, because then you can control it.
Well, wait, my Ibiza guy, Violet, like, bought us pepper spray and stuff, and she was at the club with her guy, and then I was like,
Different
I'm just
guy.
gonna go. Yeah, different one. And I was like, I'm gonna go, and I look at the map, and we're, like, in Ibiza, and it's, like, over this, like, river. It's, like, weird. but
Over
it's,
the
like-
river and through the woods.
Yes, it was truly over the river and through the woods. And she was like, just take the pepper spray, you're fine, and just hold it like this. I was like, okay. So I'm like walking over like a river and like going, and I'm like holding this pepper spray, and I get to this guy's house, and he's like, cute, whatever. And he's like, sorry, I have 8 roommates. And I was like,
Oh my God.
do you mean? And they were like at a summer house, and they're like, they're all sleeping, and then we're all here with a brand. So we're like waking up.
Brand.
Yeah, they all were all
How
like,
are you here, like paid?
they were like textile designers or
Oh.
something. But
Kind of hot.
yeah.
I'm like, which brand?
And then he was like, starts like hooking up with me on the couch, and I'm like, we're in the living area. So he must have had people in the room, now that I'm saying it out loud, because we were in like the living room.
100%.
I didn't even think about it. But anyway, this guy, like, we like for 2 seconds, and then I was like, okay, why did I even like do that over the river and through the woods for what, honey?
There's so much more sexcapades and boys to be had.
I can't
and
wait.
There's so many that we probably missed. It's been so long. But yeah, loves it.
I know, it's been fun. So wear a condom, talk it out, and be safe.
That's right. And you have been watching another amazing episode of
No Gorge.
We'll see you in the magazines.
Love you, Gorge.
Mwah.
No Gorge.